Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Aaron, and welcome to the Dreams to Life Coaching Artist Series. This is Volume 2, and today's guest is my good friend Andrew Lozano. He's a magnificent music producer, and most of all, he's a devoted family man, so I'm super excited to bring him on today. So we are just about to get started here. Once he comes on, I will get him added. Appreciate everybody joining in. Thank you so much for jumping in. Stacy, I love you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Let me see where he's at. What's up, idiots everywhere? Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate you. All right, I think he's jumping in on Freqy music. Let me go here. All right. Hey, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, Aaron? Man, it's been a while, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thank God for technology nowadays.
Oh my gosh, this is cool. I've never done an Instagram. I've done a lot of radio interviews, but usually it's over Zoom and stuff, man. This is cool.
Right on, man. Well, hey, man. When I asked you to be on here, I was so much filled with gratitude. We haven't spoken a lot in the recent years, but we've been connected for almost 2 decades now, and thankfully with the technology, we've been able to follow each other and see each other's path.
Yeah,
And it's just been great to see your journey from this end. And I just wanted to share what you had to say and what you've been up to with the audience. So with that said, why don't you share with us a little bit about what you've been up to and how you got to this point and how you started. I know you've been a musician pretty much your whole life, and
yeah,
you started off messing around at home and in your garage, and then you formed Unique and so on and so forth. So I'll let you finish that. But yeah, if you can just share with us, that'd be fantastic.
yeah. First off, yeah, we have been friends for such a long time. I remember coming to. I grew up in San Jose. Coming up to Sacramento, I remember you hit me up on Facebook and asked me to do our first Unique show. He was a big fan of ours, and you
Yeah.
really were really awesome as a friend from the top, and I really appreciate that. Like, yeah, yeah, man. Well, I was born and raised in San Jose. I grew up there for 30. I lived there for 30 years before moving up north to Sacramento, or Elk Grove, I should say, 20 minutes from Sac. Um, like you hear a lot of stories. My dad and his family were all musicians, and they were really rooted in the Christian community, like Christian music. In fact, my grandmother, Amanda, who grew up and lived in Mexico and lived here in the States, she was a famous singer. I never got to meet her. She died when my dad was a little boy. And but I've always been surrounded by music and Latin percussion. And subsequently, like, I was surprised that my dad was playing a lot of secular music, like Michael Jackson, of course, Prince. I remember going to my first concert. It was Shaka Khan, and I was telling them this
Oh,
that
yeah.
they threw this disc out, right? And it was I didn't even know what it was. It came flying. I caught it. I was like, "What is this?" And it was a CD. CDs weren't even popular then. My dad went to the Good Guys. You remember that? The Good Guys.
Yeah.
And he bought a CD player for us, and I got to hear Shaka Khan. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I'm like, wow, this technology is now on this little plastic disc. Move forward in high school, in junior high, I started off like kind of like in a glee club. It was like a co-ed type of girl boy singing group, and then it was all boys, and we were called the Sylvandale Select. And any of you Sylvandale Select guys watching right now, what's up? But we did
What
that
the,
for
okay.
all all 4 years of junior high, and then might I add, I lived in San Jose in the hood, man. I grew up on East Side San Jose near Center Road in McLaughlin. It was a rough neighborhood, man, but I wouldn't have it any way, man. I used to skate to school, but music kind of just fell in my lap when my teacher, Miss Alcar, in fifth grade, was like, "Hey Andrew, would you come over and sing for us?" Like what? Everyone had to be in the music class, right? So I think I sang like it was a Boys to Men or song or something back then, and they put me in this band. So we did that for a little while, and we even did it my freshman year of high school. Then in high school, my brother picked up the guitar, and so did my other friend down the street, and we decided we were going to make a band. Since they were both guitar players, I was going to play bass. So I got the nasty. I got myself a just a really gremlin bass, or like a little small bass, and then I ended up graduating to my Fender over here, and we started a band called Roach. And all the vatos were down with us, dude. They used to go with us whenever got picked on, right? I had the long ponytail. I look, I was a skater. I always had my panel tint on. I looked like a vato, but I wasn't hard. You know what I mean? I was a softie. I was cool. And in the quad we used to play, just Rage Against the Machine, Primus, like all these rock tunes, even a little bit in Santana. And we ended up picking up another drummer. We called him Twinkie. He was from another school. So these guys were cutting school to come and hang out with us. So other schools from Santa Teresa were coming to Andrew Hill. And I remember the first time we did this gig, a fight broke out. It was like a penitentiary, man. I'll tell you, you have calls, so there's police everywhere. There's a shooting went on. We were still playing. I mean, that's all I knew. And then we did a couple of little house shows, like they weren't called house music shows. They're just like, your band would set up in someone's living room and you would just jam out, did a bunch of, moving forward. I also like sat in with a couple of cover bands. So I played a lot of bars, playing covers. And then subsequently I, was working at Macy's, and I ran into this female, who was singing in the stock room. I was stocking women's cosmetics. Little did I know that I would join a band with this person. Her name is Jessica Marquez. I went up to her. I said, I'm sorry, this sounds kind of funny. It may look like I'm trying to pick up on you, but you have a really good voice. I mean, she was soulful in the back room before the store even opened. So that night she invited me. It was August. It was hot. We were in East Side San Jose, and we're in someone's backyard, and she started singing for me. And I'm telling you, I'm just getting goosebumps right now thinking about how awesome Jessica was. And I'm like, dude, we should start a band. Like, I play, my brother plays, and I can find a drummer. She's like, oh my God, I'd like that. We have a whole drum kit thing set up in our living room. You should meet my brother. Really? He's like, yeah, he's only 14 years old. He's like a prodigy guitar player. And I was like, I want to see this, because I think my brother plays really well, right? So fast forward a week later, it just so happens that they live on the same street that I lived on. I was renting. They live so I wheeled my bass cabinet over to their house. I opened the door. The dad has a guitar in his hand, and Josh is with the bass, and Jessica's on drums for some reason. And they had it all set up, and it felt like I was at home in my house. And we jammed out for like 4 hours until the next door neighbor came over. He was a fire department chief of San Jose. And he's like, you guys are being a little loud. We like it. But, so we ended up becoming like a 5-piece band. We had a drummer, an MC who played keys really well named Chris Cooper. And then I had DJ Hughes and myself on bass, Jessica on vocals, and Joshua on guitar. And we started Unique. It was a collaboration of all our last names, and somehow it's spelled Unique, U-N-E-A-Q. So it's a play on words. But we were doing like every Thursday night at the Agenda Lounge in San Jose, and we got really popular. On South First Street, people knew us, and they really enjoyed watching us play. Then our drummer took a hike, and our keyboardist took off to start a band in San Diego. So it was just the three of us, a brother and sister and myself. And I basically decided to inherit a fourth band member, and that was my computer to play drums. And we started doing a little bit of gigs here at some clothing stores, and we sent a demo out to Chris Smith from Ohm Records. We knew a couple people in the house scene. We loved Mark Farina. I mean, and
right.
Rick, just all from all over. Yeah. And so Chris reached out to this guy named Casey, who was a producer for Cascade, and asked us to come in, and they wanted to talk to us at the Ohm headquarters in San Francisco. So I'm like, dude, we love Ohm Records. I used to listen to like Naked Music, like all that back in the early. Yeah, it was, and then Cascade was up and coming. Mark Farina was doing his Mushroom Jazz Part 1. So we go and meet up with Chris, and they said, hey, dude, we came back from a day party. We're crossing over the Bay Bridge, and somebody gave me your song. We listened to it like 4 times. We went and did a circle around the bridge. Just kept going back and forth listening to our song because they thought it was beautiful. They're probably just really high. But Chris is like, yeah, we like to put that out. Do you guys have any other songs? And we did. I think you posted one, Pico de Gallo. That's on the B side of our Yeah. So that is how we kind of got our start. And that was early 2001, but in 2000 we kind of converted into the whole house music scene, and we haven't looked back, man. It's been a fun ride. Fast forward from there, I I found out I was expecting with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and I thought, you know what, I need to get a house, and she got into real estate, and she basically sold me this house that I'm in right now. This is a converted garage. I don't know if you can kind of see what we got going on. This was my garage.
You're absolutely the best studio in Sacramento, might I add.
Oh, thanks, man. I don't know if you've seen this one. Have you been? You haven't been here, have you?
Yeah, I've been here. I've been there.
Yeah, okay. That's
yeah.
right. With what's his name? Yeah. Anyway, the long distance in shows, after we did the Winter Music Conference in 2004, and that's when my daughter was born, our band was kind of depleting. We were losing air, losing steam. And it wasn't because we weren't practicing enough, and it had to do with distance, but also because the music scene had changed. Nobody wanted to book bands anymore. It was all about the fist pumping. EDM actually came in. So house music was where it was at. And then EDM kind of evolved. And I remember hearing the terminology EDM like in 2006, and Ultra Fest was coming out, and all this stuff was like all new to us, man. And that kind of killed all the real bands. And then people just wanted to book DJs. So imagine getting paid $2,500 a gig. Now you're getting paid $100, and it just wasn't worth the travel and all that stuff. So one thing I kind of regret is I wish we would have put out more music professionally, maybe even an album. We were just about there before we started the house music, and then we just you lose air, man, you lose steam. But now, fast forward even more, after the band kind of dismantled, I decided to open up the studio, create my own label. I now have 3 girls and a wife who supports me, and I got my own studio. So I took all the money I had, I saved over the years, and put it into the studio, bought a whole bunch of gear. And now I'm just producing myself, also producing other cats that are coming to the studio, trying to bring some hope to these kids that are on the street, man, get something published,
That's so awesome, man. Like, just seeing your evolution over the last couple of decades is really inspiring.
Thank you.
Especially, we've kind of been in parallel lives too. We're both family men, and we're middle-aged now, or near middle-age, and we've got children, and we're still knee-deep in the music.
Yeah.
It's just really inspiring to see someone just continue pushing how important music is. And if you were to look back, connecting the dots, like, did you ever think that you were going to be at this level as a kid, as in junior high, messing around with the bass or anything like that when you were younger?
Actually, I did. Like every kid, you always, some people want to be a fireman, some people want to be a skateboarder. I wanted to be an entertainer somehow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I always wanted to. I wasn't afraid to do like my piano recitals when I was younger. I think I break danced at one time in front of the whole school. But singing was fun. I can't sing worth a crap now, but it's been a while. But I remember, when I was, I want to say 16 years old, I took all my dad's music equipment from his living room and set it up like I had a studio, like I have this right now. And my dad came home, he thought he got robbed. He's like, what the hell happened? Where's all my stuff? And I set it up like a studio. I had it was pretending like, and I didn't have a computer yet. I had a 4-track recorder. So that's what I had all set up. He made me put it all back, but I knew since then, since I picked up the guitar and bass, that I wanted to play and perform in front of people, man. Like everything I was recording, people needed to hear it,
That's so incredible. What do you think gave you the confidence to lean into that passion so young?
Support, a lot of practicing, and a lot of mixtapes, making tapes and listening to it in the car with your friends. I used to sit there and you smoke in the car, just hotbox or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just kind of listen to your own music. And I had a lot of friends who just believed in what I did. And I did a lot of poetry slams. Like I'd play like the jazz bass as somebody who's doing poetry, and that actually gave me more confidence to perform. And then, I would look forward to the shows. When I was with Unique, I would look at Josh. Josh would look at me. We're like, dude, we got something here. We're like, yeah. And then we would put it down and make it so that we can play it live. And then once we got on stage, we just remember playing, just like watching Jessica on the vocal mics, and we're all sweating, and just because we're stressed, but we're like enjoying it. The moment was just really filling the room, and you just see people just their arms up, singing our lyrics. And it just feels so good when you have that support from your fans, you know, and it feels so good to bring that energy to the stage.
Hell yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I remember you guys played for me and Rich's party back in the day. I think
Oh,
2006 over
yeah.
at Silk. That was a phenomenal party.
It
Actually,
was,
I ran across a couple pictures. I should have posted those, but I ran across a couple pictures of you, Jessica, and Josh on stage,
mhm.
and me and Rich on stage as well. I'll have to send those over to you.
Yeah.
Definitely very nostalgic.
There's still a video up on YouTube of us playing Only You. And I was talking to a neighbor of mine who's actually seen it. She doesn't even know who I am. She's like, "Oh, you should check out this band that played here in Sacramento." I'm like, "Dude, that's me." Like, what? Yeah, my neighbor Norma, who lives across.
That's all.
Yeah.
Tell me this: as now you're a family man, you've got young girls. Have they shown any interest in following in Daddy's footsteps?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So I did 2 albums last year. I did Conceptualize and I also did High Tide. I set out to do 2 albums. And if I could, I would have done 3, but it was just, I needed family time. My daughter, Sophia, would sit over here, and there's videos on Facebook that I have of her like eating popcorn and just like beating out, you know, just kind of like having a good time as daddy's making music. And I would keep the music kind of low. I don't want to burn out her ears or anything, but she picked up a little bit of the flute. She loves to play Nirvana songs on the guitar. And she's 7. I'm sorry, how old is she now? My God, she's going to be 12. So I featured her on a track called Enchantment, and she's doing like these little owl type of ooh, 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 ooh. It's so cool. If you have a chance, listen to High Tide. There's a track with Sophia Lozano, my daughter, and she's doing like these little chants, and it's. I'm hoping to have her on another track. She's just really, really shy. And if I do get to play downtown Sacramento for, you know, one of these outdoor parties, I want to bring her on stage with her little ear things and just kind of show everybody what she's about.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. How would you give someone advice on breaking through that shyness?
Well, like I was mentioning before, practice, practice, practice. One thing I used to do, it's really cheesy, guys. I'm letting you guys know something really dumb, really silly about myself. But I have a projector in the studio, and I had one when I was a kid too. There was I'm a big Depeche Mode fan. So Depeche Mode 101 was a concert filmed kind of like in black and white. Some of it wasn't, but they show a lot of the background of the fans, right? So I would put it in QuickTime on a Mac and just loop the fan part and turn down the volume and then have it and turn around and watch it as I'm playing and practice of being in front of the crowd. And believe it or not, I was actually still kind of shy. Um, but one thing you need to do is just really practice and watch other people, watch other musicians, learn some sort of like on stage etiquette. You know, don't try to be a rock star and playing guitar behind your head if you haven't done it before. Don't try doing stage dives and stuff like that. You might get hurt because you will get hurt. I've tripped over so many things, especially pedals on the ground or cables getting wrapped around your leg. It's funny, but just be confident when you go up there, even if you don't let them see the fear that you may have. You may be jittery as well, but go out there and just do it, man. Do your best. Show them what you're about. Give that energy back to them that they're giving back to you. You know.
Oh yeah, that's amazing, amazing advice. What was one of your most embarrassing moments on stage? Technical difficulties or angry person? I don't know. Something thrown at you?
So many. Well, I want to say that it wasn't so much toward me. It was toward my lead vocalist, Jessica. She was, you know, she's a beautiful singer. She's a beautiful person. And we get a lot of people who want to come up on stage and just hug her. And so I'm not a bouncer or anything. I'm really like skinny and stuff, you know, and I can't take on anybody. I'm like, I know I'm holding a bass, dude. And this guy came running up on stage. He nearly knocked me over, and I swear I grabbed his leg and went like this, and the dude hit his chin against Jessica's her sandal, left a big old bruise on her foot.
Oh shit.
So bad, and all he wanted to do was give her roses. Like, you know what I mean? There's just been many times like that. Or
Yeah, it's hard to gauge when someone's charging the stage.
yeah, or we're playing one time and the power went out. And I think that was in Fresno. We were playing at the Starline. The power just went out. So Jessica sang falsetto out to the crowd, and everyone along with her. It was kind of neat. So stuff like that. Things are going to happen. You just
Yeah.
know, one thing I don't like about band members, and I've had a lot of them, is, and band members don't do this. It's when you mess up, don't look like a deer in the headlights. Just keep going. You know, you hit a B instead of a C, right? You know, just keep going. The crowd's not going to know it. In fact, it's live
Yeah.
is much better than the studio stuff anyway.
I was gonna say nine times out of 10, other people don't even notice, and
Yeah.
we're definitely our worst critic.
Yeah, don't stop the music and start all over again. It's not the talent show. You know what I mean? Just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. Well, I know you got some good things coming up with the Freqy Music Group.
Mhm.
Where do you plan on taking that in the next 5, 10 years?
Well, Freqy Music Group is, you know, all labels right now are up and down. There's so many of them. I mean, I can just, you know, you got Defected, you have like Ohm Records, of course. You know, you have so many French labels. I just plan on being this kind of laying low and just putting out my stuff on my platform. There may be some more artists coming out to Freqy Music Group. Right now, I'm concentrating on just me. Right now, I did the 2 albums, Conceptualize, High Tide, and I just had a Between Days EP just come out. They're basically all lo-fi and ambient. And I'm about to put an EP out every month the rest of this year, which will make up a third album, basically. And I have some more house music coming to Freqy Music Group. And just basically having some collaborations with artists. In fact, I have clients coming over in about 25 minutes or about an hour from now we're working on a really good commercial house song
Nice.
with Alex Gold. I don't know if you heard that cat.
Yep, yep.
In
I
this,
know.
in this, yeah, they're coming by here. We're going to work on something. So it's a paid session, and we just want to put it out. And I'm gonna use her for some other stuff. I got some drum and bass I'm gonna be releasing on Freqy Music Group. I'm just trying to have a lot of fun, man. I'm learning a bunch of genres right now, and you may even hear. I'm doing some shoegaze music, you know, because I like the shoegaze music, and I just did one last night. It took me 5 hours.
Damn.
Up through it, yeah, drums and everything. Yep.
Hell yeah. And as you start adding onto your plate, and you have all these releases coming up, and you're working with other people, other producers, what are some tips to kind of like have an overall life balance with music and a career and family, and just making sure that you're showing up and you're going all in all those areas of your life?
Well, here to answer the other question, you asked me 5 years real quick before I get to this next question. I plan to actually release a lot of music like on Netflix and stuff too. I want to get stuff published for video games and stuff like that. Along moving forward with that, I plan. I'm sorry, what was your second question there? I was trying to.
Was how do you find, or how do you achieve balance in all the areas, knowing that you need to be showing up 100% to as a father, as a husband, in your career, and also in music. So how do you find that balance and making sure that you're giving it your all, you're filling your cup, you're also serving other people?
Yeah, it's a tough one. A lot of people ask me this question, and I always answer it every different way. So I work a full-time job at a famous tech company, but after work, I mean, I work right there, right over here,
Yeah.
like right in my room. And so I just turn the chair around and I do like an hour. What I do is, like, on my weekends, I have Sunday, Mondays off. I try to spend as much time as I can with the family. I try to always make dinner. And so we have that family time. Maybe we'll have our movie night on Friday nights. But more than anything, I just try to get the family involved. I know my wife's a big Instagrammer. She's very well in UX design, so she uses a lot of my music. So we kind of share our art. Like her sister just painted something when she was, didn't just paint it, but painted something when she was in high school. That's going to be my next EP cover. So I'm just kind of like utilizing the family. Everyone that lives here, we're all into the multimedia. And so the music, they're very supportive of what I do. But I got to tell you guys, your family only comes once. Music lives forever. It never dies. It lives forever. So time for your family, for God's sake.
Amen right there, because
Yeah.
like we have very similar lifestyles, and I started combining my kids and my wife into music, into my business.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of having that inner collaboration with everything, making sure that they're involved in everything, making sure that we continue to have dinners, and we celebrate each other and celebrate our successes, and just kind of support each other all around is so critically important.
Yeah.
Maintaining this type of lifestyle. So I definitely want to thank you for continuing that pattern. That's amazing.
Yeah. Here's an example. I mean, I have a EP, or I'm sorry, I have a single coming out this Friday. Um, and on Thursday night, because of the time in New York City, 12 is like our 9 here. So we're gonna have like a dinner party at 9 o'clock here Thursday to celebrate 12 midnight in New York City when a house track called "Work It" comes out. And it was an old track that I've been wanting to put out for a long time. It's really playful. It's more of a garage house sound, but the kids are all we're going to have our little pizza party. My wife and I are going to open a bottle of wine, and that seems to be like our tradition. Every time daddy has something coming out, the kids want to be involved, and we'll even sit in here and like answer some chats and talk to some fans, and that just really encourages the kids to want to be more involved. But right now it's all about soccer for my daughters. They are into soccer. One of them is going to college. So right now we're working on getting my kid into college, and I'm just learning to be a parent all over again. I'm really thankful to be here with the family, and my job having making accommodations for me to work from home, because it's like, let's face it, man, driving to work every day and just coming home, you're just washed up. But during the pandemic, we were able to be here, and so I was able to be more creative, and I'm not looking forward to going back, honestly. But I do
Yeah.
family and friends. I miss going out to parties, and just I just want to be safe. But I'm just really happy that my kids and family are really healthy, and they're really supportive, and I support them 110%. Whatever they want to do, I'm like, I'm on it. You want a web page? Let's do it. You want some graphics? My wife does photography. I mean, we got it all right here. We made shirts together for the Pop Moda is our
Yeah.
shirt.
I absolutely think that the pandemic was very helpful in that regards.
Yeah.
If you recall, I have a full time career too, and I've been in construction for, man, almost my whole career,
Oh,
and
really?
I was commuting to the Bay Area for quite some time,
Oh,
and I'd lose an hour and a half in the morning, 2.5 hours on the way home.
mm,
With the pandemic, you get all that time back. I
yeah.
mean, take my kids to school, be able to make breakfast. I'm able just to be there and
Oh,
have that quality time. And when I'm home, I'm not overextended. Like, that traffic jam really gets to you over time.
it
And
does.
I really feel like the pandemic really helped our family blend a
Hmm.
deeper level, and we really got connected on a deeper level.
Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, I make a mean omelet now. I'm telling you, I can make omelets any day now. It's like my kids look forward to it.
Hell yeah, man. So, you, you have any family trips planned coming up this summer?
Yeah, I we were supposed to be in Sedona this weekend coming up, but we rescheduled just because of timing. We that's a third time rescheduling because of the pandemic last year. The plane travel and everything was just it wasn't safe, right? So we're going to be heading out to Sedona probably in April, and then I'm going to Mexico with the wife. We're going to be checking out the Mayan ruins and all kinds of cool stuff. I've never been that far out in Mexico. I've been to Tijuana, but never as far as that.
Oh, that's
Uh,
exciting.
yeah, yeah. Try to book some DJ gigs out there. That'd be really cool to do, like a day party. And I'm taking my sister-in-law with us, so it's just the three of us, man. Two girls and me. But
For you
yeah.
down
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, we'd be like cha cha cha. It's gonna be fun, dude. Be
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Gotta
Hey,
get
as we wrap up, man, what are some parting words that you could leave everybody as they listen to you and hear your insights on being an artist, and if they've got any dreams or aspirations of continuing that dream, what's something that you can leave them with?
Well, for those who are watching now, hello to everyone. I think I saw Anthony on there. I saw your lady on there, and a couple other folks.
What's
But people,
up, John Anthony?
yeah, yeah, I saw him on there. And people who are going to be watching this after it's been recorded, I'm going to tell you, if you're a musician, you want to get yourself out there, it's really easy. The three things you need to work on is get your music done. I know a lot of you start these little projects, little ideas, and then you get sidetracked, and life happens, right? But get your idea done. What's up here and here, we need to hear it. Okay. Promote yourself. It's really easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, reach me or reach your peers, somebody who's done it. Reach promoters. Try to get a leg up on what's hot and what's not. You know what I mean? And also learn and listen to other genres of music. Study it. I didn't think I would be like lo-fi ambient music. I didn't know. But now I'm doing it, and I'm doing house music, and maybe I'll do a country song. Who knows? That sounds fun, or another cover or something.
Hell yeah, I definitely agree with that because I was doing weddings for some time.
Mm,
actually doing weddings, performing weddings, made me a better house DJ
Yeah.
and a better producer,
Oh yeah.
because I understand other music a lot better, and you know, it gave me a bigger appreciation for what I was doing house music wise.
Yeah.
Those
It's
are
a
fantastic, man. I Go ahead.
also, one bit of thing. Also, when you see your artist friends succeed, man, when you see them accomplish or come out with an EP and it's hot, reach out, man. Congratulate them, man, because us musicians, we need that support. I mean, it can cause you to be depressed sometimes, you know. And for me, it's like never enough. And I don't know if you guys feel that way ever. It seems like it's never enough. I'll put out like a hot track, and I'm like, dude, I need to put more, and it becomes a very addicting. You have to, again, there's that balance. You know, you got family life, you have to your music life, but just really get your music out there, man. Let us hear it. Let us critique it. Let us enjoy, and then get on stage and perform it, man. Do
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
Quincy. Yeah.
What I love too is that
Yeah.
this music allows us to stay creative, and it allows us to be self-expressive and maintain a level
Mm,
of vulnerability with everybody. I think it's very
right.
important for us to have that outlet. And
Yeah.
I'm really proud to see your journey, man. And I really appreciate you being here and just sharing your story with me and the audience. And really looking forward to seeing what's next. And hopefully one day we can catch up in person.
Oh my gosh, let's do it, man. Aaron, let's go out to lunch or something, dude.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
really take this 30 minutes to the next level. Do a whole hour, maybe put some down. Maybe collab on a track. Who knows, man? We haven't done that yet. You know, or get Anthony in here, dude. That dude's hot right now. His label's awesome.
Oh yeah. Right on, man. Well, you have a good day. Thank you so much again. And we'll be talking soon.
All right, brother. Peace out.
All right, brother. Later.